Hey guys, welcome back. In the previous tutorial, we talked about how we can create data frames from a list, from list of lists. So here we are going to see how to create it from dictionaries. So to minimize our time, not to waste time, I've created a dictionary named data, and it has name as the first key. So the values of this key is a list. You see, it's a list that contains different string values, and after that I have the second key as age, and I also pass in a list. So the values of a dictionary can either be a single value or it can be a sequence of values. So now if I can create a data frame from this data. So if I create this, the Pandas library would see this name as a column and use all of this for the values, and it will also recognize this as a column. Remember, in the series it will use this as the index and the values as the value, but in data frame it uses it as the columns and the values as the values. So let's see what gets printed out here. So you see we have name and age here, and we have all of the values here as the rows, and we have for the age as well, we have all of the values here for the rows. So we can also customize our index as we did earlier and just say index is equal to A, B, C, D, E, and F. So if you do this now, we have our customized index. So that's just how to create data frames from dictionaries. So you can also create a data frame from list using a list of dictionaries. What do I mean by this? So to save time as well, created a data called a list of, sorry about that. Yes, a list of dictionaries. So here I have the first list here. So I have the key to be A and the value is 1, B like that. The second one, the key is A. So you have 3 dictionaries. So watch what will happen now if I create this data frame from this. So you see we have A and B as the columns, and the first value of 1 belongs to the first row, so it will recognize each of these as the rows, so first row, second row, third row, like that and like that. So let's say I put something like I add one additional key here and it is not in the previous row. What will happen? Let me say C. Just guess what would happen, and I do this. So you see a data frame has been created. So it has A, B, and C, but there is no C in this first dictionary. So it will fill it with a non-value, not a number. Non-value. Same thing for this second dictionary. There is no C in it as well. So it will pass in a non-value. But we have a C here, so it gets replaced with the value. So that's just how to create data frames using the list of dictionaries. You can also create a data frame from, so here also you can customize your index, and you can if you pass in a particular, you can also customize your index the same way we've been seeing earlier. I can say B M, or let me just pass in a longer value. Let me say first, second, and third. So if you use this now, you see we have first, second, and third as the index of our rows. So that's just how to create data frames using list of dictionaries. So using from a dictionary of series as well. So there are just different ways by which you can create your data frame. The most important thing is just that you must have a data, and you must have columns. It must be two-dimensional. Whatever you are creating a data frame from, it must be two-dimensional. Even if it is not two-dimensional, if it is one-dimensional, your data frame will always create it such that it will have a column, and then it can have index. So here I've created a dictionary, and then this is the key first, and then pd.series, then second key, and then pd.series. So remember I said earlier that it will see this first as the column. So this first as the column, all of these values as the rows, and then the second as another column, and all of these values as the rows, as we've seen it here. Where did we even see? Okay, yes, here we've seen it here where we created a dictionary, and we just passed in a name and then a list of values. So you see, so that's just simply how we can create data frames. So in the next tutorial, we're going to go deeper on how we can select values from our data frame and manipulate them. So see you in the next tutorial.